My name is Miles Kneep. I am 21 and a student at Wichita State University. I grew up here in Wichita, Kansas, went to Wichita Heights High School. However, the majority of my family lives in Southern California, with the exception of my grandparents who are separated, one of which lives in middle of nowhere, Colorado, and the other one lives in Hawaii, also in the boondocks.
And you have the tourist gives a shaka like that, and that's when you know that he's not even worth speaking to. And then you have the local gives a shaka like that. And so, you have a guy, hang loose, dude, and you're just like, go away, man. But yeah, they're kind of protective of their culture. Some can be, at least. There's even a Hawaiian mafia. Sometimes Hawaiian interpretation of English words can be a little misconstrued. For instance, the word one lane on like a street sign can potentially be interpreted as Onilani, which can cause some confusion. More specifically, when my grandpa moved out to Hawaii, he asked a guy, hey, how do I tell people how to get to my house? Because there aren't really street signs out there. Streets don't really run north and south or east or and west. They just kind of wind all over the place depending on the terrain. And so the guy was telling him, well, after you make a left past Kauai on the main road, which there's only one highway on the island, you follow that through the towns of Hilo and Kapa'au, which, again, you're just telling them not to turn on any of the other unnamed streets. And then tell them to take a left after the Onilani Bridge. And he's like, well, which one's the Onilani Bridge? There's like 10 bridges in my area of the island because there's all these ravines and valleys and stuff. He's like, well, the Onilani Bridge, it's right there. And he's like, no, none of them have names. There's no sign. It's just, these are bridges. There's an old one. It has a name. And I don't know what it is or how to say it, but that's all I know. And the guy's like, oh no, Onilani. And he's like, okay, well, I'll just figure it out and I'll tell people that. Well, years later, 5, maybe 10 years later, he's driving and he sees one-lane bridge. He's like, one-lane bridge. Onilani Bridge. Oh my God. That mother...